Well, hey everybody.
What's going on?
We are still emotionally trying to regain consciousness after our Hot Ones episode.
I think our stomachs are still trying to recover.
I remember the morning after we did that, like my stomach still hurt a little bit.
Mine too.
That the bomb was not my friend.
No, I think in the middle of the night, my stomach was just like,
Yeah.
it woke me up, just growling.
Yeah.
And
but we agreed that Los Calientes was very yummy. And I would definitely have that one again.
It was my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah, for sure.
It had the most flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I despised the bomb.
Yeah, that was not fun. Just straight up.
No, it was not at all.
Well, it is December
already, right?
Which is so crazy.
I know. It flew by.
Yeah, this year just flew by, I think.
It really did.
So crazy.
Let's hope 2022 is way better.
Well, we said that about 2021, and look what happened.
We always say that about every year.
We said that about 2021, and that was not a fun year.
Let's be honest. When was the last time we actually had a good year?
I don't know. Back when I didn't have to do taxes or pay bills.
Truth.
It's that like awkward stage where like you're 17, so like you can drive, but you're not like on your own yet.
Dude, if I could live in that stage, that would be amazing.
That would be great.
I would be so happy.
But I wouldn't be on my own, so that'd be the downside.
Yeah, but less responsibility. I'm all for that.
Like all you have to worry about is homework for the next day.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm okay with that.
For sure.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So we were talking right before this about vacations that we want to do in the future. And we're also going to be talking about vacations that we liked in the past, like family vacations or whatever we went on, which is fun.
Yeah.
So do you have any that stick out that you've been on that you really enjoyed?
Like past ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the one that I think always comes to mind is going to Cape Cod every summer.
Ooh, okay.
That was probably, I mean, we've been to like Alaska, which I loved that.
Yeah.
But going to the Cape every summer.
That's is that Massachusetts?
Mm-hmm.
I know my geography.
Look at you. Yeah, it's just great.
Yeah.
It's like the little towns in Jaws. That's exactly what it looks like.
Okay. All right.
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
But honestly, the parts I remember the most about it were the drives down.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because we'd always leave at 6, 7 o'clock. 6, 7 o'clock at night here. And then drive through the night so we would sleep when we were little.
Yeah.
But we'd always put the suitcases in the front seat and then we would sleep in like the bed of the truck.
Okay,
I don't even know if that's what you call it, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
And it was fun. I don't know. I always thought it was cool.
Well, rock on.
And I liked going to the beach every day.
I mean, of course.
So it was fun,
It's the beach.
right? What about you?
So I think this was around when I was like 14 or 15. My family, and my cousins and aunt and uncle went to Hawaii,
Oh wow.
which was dope. And I mean, you
That's
see
really
all you see all the photos and how beautiful it is, and it is exactly like that. It's as beautiful as you think it is. The beaches are amazing, like the white sand and like the palm trees and the islands and the volcanoes. We actually saw one of the days there's a volcano that was pouring lava out, which is cool to see.
that is really cool.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, like I remember the smoothies were the most amazing smoothies I've ever had in my life. Like they were so good. We'd drink them at the hot tub every day. They were amazing. And I also
Do you remember what kind of smoothies they were?
I always got strawberry. I think I got a pina colada one time. And yeah, so amazing. And then I remember there was actually a luau one night, which is cool. And there was like they did like the whole pig roast, which is awesome. Yeah.
I've always
And
wanted to go to Hawaii.
yeah. And me, my brother, and my cousins one day did surfing lessons.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Yeah, and it like even to this day, like I kind of want to get a surfboard and kind of pick that up again.
Yeah. Was it
'Cause,
hard?
it was kind of tricky, but I did manage to get up a few times at least. So I think what helped for me was my years of snowboarding. Like I feel like that kind of made it a little easier.
Oh, I could see that for sure. This
Yeah,
is kind of a similar thing.
right. Like the tricky part for me was actually getting up, but once you're up, like you're good.
Mhm. That sounds like a fun vacation.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And I think like, just being with my cousins made it so much cooler because I don't get to see them a lot and like we're around the same age, so we had fun.
Yeah. Plus, you're in Hawaii.
Well, yeah, there's that. Yeah, forget about that. My cousins though.
I feel like it's always like adds on more like when you're somewhere cool that you get to like spend time with someone
Yeah, for sure.
like that.
Yeah, because like if we were at my parents' house, like yeah, it's fine, but we were in Hawaii.
Hmm. It bonds people.
It does.
It
It,
does.
I would consider getting back together with my ex if I was in Hawaii. Probably not.
I was like, whoa.
That's a little too far. It would take a lot more than Hawaii to even consider that. Like, sorry, Hawaii, you got mad respect, but
Boundaries, Dave. Boundaries.
that's right. I have a bubble. I have noticed that because when I was growing up, like I never really thought I had a bubble. But being out in LA, like some people when they walk by you on the sidewalk, like they don't care about personal space and they like walk super close by you. And it's like, okay, like back up a little bit.
Hmm.
It's like I normally don't have a bubble, but like you're in my bubble. Yeah, you meet all kinds of people in LA. By the way, side note, that one crazy lady that got up in my face months ago,
Yeah.
the homeless lady? I think I saw her again,
Really? Where?
right by my apartment complex. And like obviously, like I saw her from a distance, so I kept my distance. But yeah, she was crazy. She was yelling to herself, just a bunch of nonsensical, nonsense. And oh yeah, she wasn't wearing any pants, which
Lovely.
was disgusting.
That's lovely.
And yeah, she had her little grocery cart that she's pushing along, and yeah, there she was. And I was walking by someone who lived in an apartment complex by me, and I was like, yeah, careful where you're walking that way. There's a crazy homeless lady. It's like, oh yeah, she's been here for like 2 or 3 years. I'm like, really?
I think, oh, where were we? I think we were somewhere near your apartment. Um, it was like, I think it was after we dropped you off. And I think we like stopped at CVS or something. And there was a girl that was literally, it might have, I wonder if it's the same girl, because it was a homeless lady. And she was like talking to herself, pushing a cart.
Was she blonde?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, it might have been her kind of, thinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think that might have been her.
And me and Jordan were like,
Yeah. Ugh.
it's kind of, I mean, you feel bad for them, but also it's kind of like you're like, oh, scary.
Yeah. But it always makes me wonder when I see a person like her, like, I just want to see the timeline of how she got to that point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, was she homeless all her life? Did she have an okay life before that? Like, what's the situation?
I know. What leads the person there?
Well, obviously she had some kind of mental illness,
Yeah.
so that might have contributed. I don't know.
It usually does.
Yeah.
It usually does.
And also, I wonder if it was always that bad or if it just got worse over time. Does that even work with mental illness?
Yeah. Particularly schizophrenia.
Okay.
Um, it gets worse. ADHD can get a little worse too.
Okay.
The older you get, it like manifests differently. Um, and it can get worse. And then, but I know schizophrenia does get worse the older you get. Because it's like your brain kind of almost like not deteriorates, but kind of like that
Yeah.
in a way. But I think with the others, I don't like with anxiety and depression, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't get worse.
Mhm.
I mean, it can, but
Right. Yeah.
not like organically gets worse.
Right. Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Well, it's like I don't know. When I look at like homeless or like the school shooting that happened in Michigan here like last week, I'm always wondering what brings a person to that.
Right.
Like what? Because it doesn't happen overnight.
Right. Yeah. I guess that's a little confusing to me with a shooter is like, because it's usually random, like they're not killing a person specifically, but it's like, because like if you're killing yourself, like that's, I don't want to say understandable, but like that's, you're suicidal or whatever. But like if you're just out to kill random people, it's like, that seems really random. And it's like, what made you come to that thought process? And it's like, I'm just going to get a gun and kill people. Like, I don't care who they are. I'm just going to kill them. Like, what drives you to think that, right?
Right. What? And not only think it, but actually,
Go through with it.
yeah, like I mean, we have a million thoughts a day that we never act on, but like,
Right. Well, you never act on.
huh?
You never act on.
No. Are you saying you act on every one of your thoughts?
Listen, go big or go home. I am out here to live my best life.
I mean, I get it.
What? I mean, come on, I moved out to LA.
Right? I mean, listen, here's the thing. We all do like, we've all thought like, oh, I could just kill them, right?
Right,
But like, what actually made that 15-year-old boy go,
right.
I'm gonna shoot up my school?
You know, boys these days with the hormones.
It has something to do with that.
Some people think, oh, I'm going to tell my friends that I hate them. Some people just want to shoot up a school. There's no middle ground.
I think it sounds like if the report or the news article that I read is right, and they said that he drew a picture of a gun and put the thoughts won't stop, help me. So is he having a psychotic break? I don't know.
Well, that just sounds like fun.
It's like, yeah, psychotic breaks are always fun.
Do you remember, this was like 2 or 3 years ago, there was a shooting in Las Vegas at like some kind of music festival.
Oh, yeah, my friend was right there.
So I was there like a couple of days before it happened, and I was staying in the hotel where the shooter was.
No way.
Yeah, it was like, oh my gosh, like if I had been there for a couple more days, like I could have like walked past the killer or worse, you know?
Oh, that had to have been,
Yeah, it was weird.
yeah, that had to have been like a weird, eerie feeling.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, what? Why?
Yeah.
But happier topics, right?
We got so off track.
We did. We did.
Going from vacations to mass killers. Yay. It's
But
it's the holiday season. You need to be filled with joy and cheer.
I mean, this doesn't bring you cheer?
How did you know? Such an inspirational story,
It really is.
right?
It really truly is.
Why watch Miracle on 34th Street when you can talk about serial killers?
I mean,
A show.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I got a shirt. I got a shirt that says it's either serial killer documentaries or Christmas movies. We're either slaying or we slaying. And they spell it like a sleigh, and then like
yeah.
that's yeah, pretty accurate. But
I saw a meme the other day that was like, who's your favorite serial killer? I'm thinking, well, probably Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Who's your favorite serial killer? The Trix Rabbit, I think.
I was one of my friends was texting me, and she's like, "Look, it's you with this in serial killers," but she spelled it like cereal.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Look, all I'm saying is if the Cocoa Puffs cuckoo bird was a serial killer, I would not be surprised.
okay, so I wouldn't either. Let's be honest. The Trix Rabbit kind of seems a little sus too.
Yeah.
A little too happy.
And I mean, kind of on a different topic, the Rice Krispie guys, Snap Crackle Pop, those sound like drug names.
They do.
Are they high on Snap Crackle and Pop?
Probably.
Like some drugs you get on the street.
And the people probably thought they were being so creative, like, get it? Because these snap and they crackle and they pop, and everyone's like, drugs.
Drugs.
Those sound like drug names.
I will say though, Cocoa Krispies are amazing.
Oh, dude, they're so good.
I love them.
Oh my God, they're so good.
Ooh, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's fire.
I love Frosted Flakes.
Okay.
I love Frosted Flakes. But Cinnamon Toast Crunch is a close second.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you remember in the 90s they had French Toast Crunch?
Yes.
Yes. I wanted that all the time.
It was really good.
Yeah. Oof.
Do you remember? I mean, this isn't a cereal, but like speaking of the 90s things, do you remember they had like that period where they sold like different colored ketchups?
Oh yeah, Easy Squirt.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like the green and the purple.
The green was the nastiest thing ever.
I never even tried them.
They were just tasted like ketchup.
Oh, dude, speaking of 90s snacks, do you remember Wonderballs?
Yes.
Those were my favorite candy out.
I loved Warheads.
Ooh, yeah.
Those were my fave.
I remember the black cherry one was like one of the worst, like one of the most sour,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was my favorite. I liked that and the lemon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I loved, I remember the watermelon was like lame.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. But I just remember it was like a contest, like who could handle it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ooh, do you remember sour Skittles?
Yeah,
Those were good.
those were really good. I'm kind
Ooh,
of sad I don't have those anymore.
yeah. Ooh, speaking of cereals, I loved Reese's Puffs. Those were amazing.
Those were so good.
They were amazing. Oh,
Those were so good. And I loved, my favorite part about it was how like the taste it turned the milk.
oh yeah,
That was the best part.
yeah, for
It was
sure.
like a peanut buttery goodness.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
This
that
is
and
this is kind of a lamer one for me, but I loved Wheaties.
Wheaties was good.
They were good. I liked them.
I like Life cereal too.
I wasn't a huge fan of Life.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a lame one, but I liked it.
Yeah.
It was good. Listen, nothing beats Dunkaroos though.
I never had Dunkaroos.
You haven't?
No.
Do you like frosting?
Oh, I mean, who doesn't?
Weird people. You would love Dunkaroos then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to give it a shot.
Yeah, I think they started selling them again.
Okay.
They were, the cookie was good, nothing special, but it was dipping it in the frosting that was like
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah. So this is a random one, but when I was in college, one summer I was a counselor at Spring Hill camps up in northern Michigan. And I remember one week at like the end of the week, like they gave the kids like some special end of the week, like breakfast stuff, including Trix yogurt. And that was the first time I'd ever had Trix yogurt.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm just like, listen, I get the hype.
It was good.
Yeah. And
It was.
I also thought Go-Gurt was amazing too.
Do Go-Gurts? Amazing.
It is.
The convenience of it is my favorite part.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Ooh,
the yogurt's actually good.
right, yeah. Oh heck yeah. Also, oh my gosh, the snacks like Gushers and Fruit by the Foot.
Gushers.
Gushers.
I don't know why, but there's something like just about like biting into a gusher that is so satisfying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ugh, I miss those all these like 90s snacks.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember in high school those Bosco sticks?
Bosco sticks were the shit.
They were so good.
I know.
I remember one day a guy in my class like tried to see how many of those he can eat.
Oh God.
He did like 20 of them, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like you're not gonna poop for a month after that.
No. Nope.
It was so much. And like he had like a crowd around him, like cheering him on. And it was so crazy.
Let's not encourage this, people.
Dude, high schoolers are so chaotic.
They are.
They're like, I get like middle schoolers are crazy, but high schoolers are chaotic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like middle school is just like it's just your age group, but high school, you're just
You
chaotic.
you are testing the fabrics of reality.
You really are.
You're basically,
You really are.
I mean, they're basically testing their immortality, I think.
It's funny that you say that because I was watching an interview with Wes Craven and he was talking about Scream and he said the same thing. He's like, these kids are testing their reality.
Yeah,
And he's like, so it works because he's like, that's what they're doing at this age. So you're testing reality. And I think for our age group, because our mind processes like, and that's what he was talking about, like our generation, our mind processes things so much faster than like our parents because everything for us is faster.
yeah,
And I was like, that's kind of sad.
yeah.
But I would not want to go back to high school for anything.
No, I mean, mostly for me too. It was cool to like see your friends every day.
Yeah,
And also I was in theater, which I really liked. But yeah, the actual school part of it, no,
I'm good.
no thanks.
I'm good. I don't ever, I'm good with not going back.
Yeah. Anyway,
Back to,
what's our podcast again? I think the title of this podcast is just going to be called Chaos.
I agree.
Yeah,
Just whatever we feel like talking about.
whatever. Our minds are still a jumble from hot ones. So
Legit.
yeah, it affected more than just our bellies.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I was gonna kill you.
Well, now you don't have to because you didn't die. We should do it again. Except it's 4 ways of just the bomb.
No, you know what we need to do with the bomb.
Declare it as nuclear waste.
Yes.
That's what it felt like going down.
Oh, that's what it smells like too.
Yeah.
This is what you use for your enemies and you just put it in their food.
Yeah. Like my ex.
Yeah.
Ooh. My wish for my ex would be to have her eat nothing but the bomb on all of her food forever.
That should be your Christmas present to her. Just send her the bomb.
Just like say it's from her mom or something.
But like disguise it as like a different hot sauce so she'll actually like
Right. Like, oh, it's Los Calientes.
or like, oh, it's just the classic. It's fine.
It's
Pours a whole
okay.
bunch on.
That would be great.
We would never do that.
Yes, we would never, ever do that. That would be a terrible idea. David says as he nods along. Yeah, no, never, never. That's definitely not the best idea ever.
We would never do that to you know who.
Like, I'm definitely not like beaming on the inside just thinking about that.
No, you're not.
Put up a little webcam in their apartment just so I can see it every day. Oh,
You record it and just watch it every day.
dude, oh my gosh, just free serotonin all day, every day. And it would never get old.
I love that you call it free serotonin.
Every day.
Every day, man.
Oh,
It would be great though.
yeah.
Like,
Ooh, give that crazy homeless lady some of that hot sauce.
she would appreciate it.
She probably would because it's food. It's like, oh, I'm gonna put this on my wing here. Cause she's crazy anyway. Just imagine her on the bomb hot sauce.
Dude, that I don't understand.
Yeah.
That wasn't that like I think my dad said it when he's like, that's not even like flavorful. Like there's like
Yeah.
you're just doing this for heat now. Like
I I loved when he tried it because he's like, okay, that's not too bad. Okay, wait, yeah, I'll take some of that milk.
I know.
I'm like, yep, there it is.
Like it progressively.
Yeah, because it is crazy because he took the tiniest little drop, like less than you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He I'm trying to remember. He did take like I mean it was like
but you could barely even see it, and the fact that he freaked out as much as he did, like that's crazy. And then there's David over here slathering his wing with the bomb.
I told you not to, bro.
Well, I didn't really care.
I felt really bad. I was like, I don't know what to do. I can't help. I was like awkwardly just sitting there because I was like, I want to help, but I don't know how.
Me just sitting there with instant regret.
I felt, oh my God.
What have I done?
Instantly, you were like, shit.
Oh no.
No, this was not a good idea.
No.
Why did I do this?
Oh boy. Anyway, vacations.
Yes.
Any more that you've been on that you really enjoyed?
Um, so when I was 14, I did, have you ever heard of People to People?
No.
Okay. So they're like this like I don't even know, a student ambassador group.
Okay.
Um, and we used to get letters sent in the mail of like for them. And I went, so basically they're a student ambassador group, and we went to like 6 different countries in Europe.
Okay.
And that was really cool. But there were some countries I was like, I was 14. So I was a little too young to actually appreciate where I was,
Right. Yeah.
because like they weren't like London or Paris,
Yeah. Right.
And so like we went to like so we went to I think we flew into Switzerland. Yeah. So we went to Switzerland, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, France, and England.
Okay.
And
Ooh, you went to Germany, my homeland.
we did. We went to Germany. We went to where did we go? Frankfurt, I believe. I don't know. I got homesick in Germany.
Okay.
And then so it was a really fun trip though.
Yeah. Well, rock on.
It was definitely memorable,
Yeah.
even
Sure.
though I was homesick the whole time. But that was because one of my roommates in Switzerland was homesick.
Okay.
And it kind of gets contagious.
Yeah.
And so I don't know why her parents did this. Like, so she was so homesick, her parents, well, they probably had this planned out before. Retract that. So her parents were going to meet, and another girl's parents, that they were family friends, they were going to meet us in Paris.
Okay.
And this girl was so homesick. Granted, she was 12 years old, so probably kind of too young to be going away for 3 weeks
Right. Yeah.
with 30 different strangers.
Yeah.
And she got so homesick, and she just had to wait a week, and
Okay.
then she would have saw her parents.
Right.
But we got to Amsterdam, and her parents paid $2,000 on top of what they already paid for the trip to send her home early.
That's crazy.
Like, I was homesick, and my mom was like, "Do you want to come home?" And I was like, "No,
Right.
no,
Yeah.
I'm good."
Show.
And then after we left, we dropped her off at the airport. We went to Anne Frank's house.
Okay.
And as we're driving to Anne Frank's house, we see Rob Schneider filming Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Schneider.
I was like, "Hey,
Hey, bro.
how you doing?"
How you doing?
I was like, "See, if you would have just stayed, you would have saw Rob Schneider." That's pretty cool.
Show.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a fun trip
Yeah.
for sure.
Show.
Do you have another one?
Well, I told you about this before we started recording, but my family, my cousins, and my aunt and uncle went to Oregon. Oregon? What is it? I don't know.
One of those two.
One of those two. And we did whitewater rafting for like a week, and that was so cool because first of all, I was with my cousins and my family, and like, I never seen my cousins, so that was cool.
Yeah.
It was like a week, and like at least 4 of those days we were whitewater rafting. So like what we did is like we started at this location, and we went for like whatever 8 hours a day, and we would stop at a location and pitch up some tents and stay there overnight at that location, and then we would resume in the morning. And it was so cool because we were doing like, you know, campfire dinners and hanging out around the fire, and it was really cool. And the whitewater rafting was amazing as well. And I think I want to say that there are 5 levels of severity for rafting. So like a 1 is like calm water, and 5 is like the most intense you can go.
Okay.
And we did hit a few 5s, but mostly it was like 3s and 4s. But that was
That's so
fun.
intense though.
Yeah, it was so cool. And I told you that the guides that took us on each boat, they were so cool and lively and outgoing. And it was cool. And there were like probably 3 or 4 of them because we went with a couple other different families. So that was
Okay.
cool. And I remember this was so they played a prank on us. Well, one of us, and I was the unlucky one that got hit with the prank. So
No.
they had a box of Oreos, and they replaced the filling of one of them with cream cheese. And you could tell that, like, you know, if you really looked at it, like something, they did something to it, but like I kind of wasn't paying attention. So I happened to be the one that grabbed it out of the package. And I don't know how they knew which one I grabbed, because like they started laughing as I took it out. Like they knew that I had gotten that one. And it's like, how did you even know? And I saw them laughing, and I'm like, what's so funny? They're like, we'll tell you in a minute. I'm like, okay,
Oh my God.
cool. I like, of course, didn't even think about it. And then I ate it. I'm like, this doesn't taste right. Like this tastes off. And they're like, yeah, it's cream cheese. I'm like,
Well, it could have been filled with something at least grosser. So,
yeah. But like part of me was just like, well, this tastes off, but whatever. I'll just continue to eat it.
oh my God.
And they're like, yeah, it's cream cheese. I'm like, thanks, guys. You're the best. I'm never coming back to Oregon again. Even though I want to go back really bad.
It's one of the places that we're gonna go.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Well, speaking of places that we're gonna go, I want to go to Germany so bad.
I say let's do it.
Like, yeah, like Italy and France, like that would be cool, but like I want to go to Germany.
Honestly, if you're gonna go to France, you have to go like outside of Paris.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I want to go to Berlin.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like I just feel like all the history there too
Yeah,
would be so cool to see.
yeah. Poland would be cool too.
Hmm?
Poland.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the history with that as well.
I also want to go to like Romania.
Okay.
I don't know. Just because like you'd feel like you're in Transylvania.
Okay. There you go.
I think it'd be cool to see Eastern Europe.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think Poland, is there like, do you just want to go to Germany or is there like a certain place in Germany you want to go?
Not really. Yeah, Berlin would be cool, but not anywhere specifically. Um, yeah, just to see like the architecture, taste the food, talk with the people, you know, it would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Have some Rouladen and Spatzel. Oh, yeah.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah. Kielbasa.
Yeah.
Heck yes. And then my tourist trap would be going to Egypt to see the pyramids. Like that would just be cool.
I want to, yeah.
Have you seen those pictures of that guy? This was like years ago. He illegally climbed the pyramids and he took a picture from the top of it.
No.
Yeah, Google that, because oh my gosh, like even looking at that photo, like I was freaking out because like my fear of heights.
I want to look at this right now because yeah.
Yeah, it is like such a cool view though.
Oh, I bet, but let's see. Is this Russian?
I don't know.
Oh my God, that's so. My legs already feel like
Right,
wobbly.
right.
I would go there. Just
Yeah,
it would be so cool. I feel like my tourist trap would totally be Berlin
okay.
and just like, you know, all the World War II history there
Okay, yeah, for sure.
that you actually know about.
Right. Yeah. I would love to see the UK as well.
I want to go to Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland. Just photos of like nature looks amazing. Like the scenery looks absolutely amazing.
The UK is a cool place.
Yeah. Like Scotland and Ireland specifically for me.
Yeah, you have to do the Ring of Kerry
Okay. All right.
in Ireland. It is
Okay.
because okay, so you go like I think it's Galway. I think it's Galway. Let me double check. Um, it's so cool because when you go there, people like there's a lot of people that speak Gaelic,
Okay.
and you're just like,
I think months ago I sent you a video of a guy who spoke like such heavy Irish that like you could barely understand him.
uh-huh.
I just love the accent. It's amazing.
I used to only love the British accent, but now, honestly, out of all of the UK accents, I guess it depends on where in England.
Yeah.
But my point is, Irish is like my favorite, then it's Scottish, then it's British now.
Okay. I'd say my favorite is Scottish.
I do Scottish accent.
It's so great.
They just sound so like what you expect a lumberjack to sound like.
Right. Yeah. It's
Like,
so amazing.
I don't know. I want to go there so bad though.
Mhm.
It's the one place in the UK I haven't been.
Okay.
So
Yeah. You know where I would love to visit is like Japan or China. Like that would be cool to visit.
yeah.
Like it maybe wouldn't be on the top of my list, but it'd be cool to check it out.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I would have to bring my friend along because she's like half Japanese, so she could hook us up with like the good spots.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like Tokyo would be like a whole other world.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because like I feel like it's that way from Japan anyway. Like Japan in itself is a whole other world from what we're used to.
Yeah,
But like I feel like Tokyo is like another level.
yeah, for sure.
I feel like I get sensory overload there too.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, crazy.
But it would still be so cool to see.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we can just hop on over to Australia.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like Australia and New Zealand. Like, oh my gosh. Yes.
that. So out of everywhere in the world that I really want to see, Australia and New Zealand and then Greece. Those are like
Yeah,
the places like I really, really want to go see.
yeah, yeah. Kind of going off Greece as well. I'd love to see like ancient Rome.
That would be so cool
Yeah,
to go
like
see like the Colosseums and
yeah, like ancient Greece and ancient Rome would be cool.
yeah. Oh my God, yeah. Because so when there's a city in England called Bath, and it's pretty much like it was the Romans had captured it,
Okay,
or I think they yeah, I guess captured would be the right word. Anyway, and they still have the Roman baths set up,
okay,
and like they don't change, like it's the same, it's not the same water from the Romans, but like they kept the whole system that the Romans set up in that bath.
yeah,
That, like they don't change the water, it's just a naturally flowing
yeah,
like Roman bath. And it's really cool because there's parts of it there you still see like the Roman, like the actual Roman structure
yeah. That's cool.
that is still like thousands, well, not thousands, but like years, hundreds of years old.
Yeah,
And you're like, holy shit, a Roman stood on that. Like
right. Yeah, it's cool.
it's cool. It's cool to see. So to go to Rome and to actually see like all of that would be so cool.
Oh, for sure.
Plus to
Yeah.
get some pasta,
Ooh,
some nice homemade pasta.
yeah.
Italy would be a place I'd want to go to too.
Okay, I got you.
Go to Italia.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I would just want to go to Australia just to see if the wildlife is as insane as people say. Like see a spider that's like 2 feet long.
Oh, thank you.
Ugh.
I'm
And
good.
I didn't realize until like a few years ago that like kangaroos are jacked.
Uh-huh.
Like I see some kangaroos that just have like an insane muscle mass, and it's like, dude,
Oh,
kangaroos could take you out.
dude, hold on. Where's my phone? Because I took a picture at the zoo of this kangaroo, and he was so jacked.
Why do they need to be jacked? They don't need to be jacked. Like, what are they doing out there?
Yeah, why do you need the muscles?
Why? And oh my gosh, the force of their kick. I
Right?
would I would not want to piss off a kangaroo.
Uh-uh.
But oh my gosh, their koalas are so cute.
You know, but they're so dirty.
Are they?
Yeah, they carry chlamydia.
Oh, well, that's fun. So what you're saying is I should not cuddle one.
I mean, I'm sure I,
Oh my gosh, you know what I would fear is an Australian snake.
the spiders.
Ooh,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
ooh, and an Australian crocodile. Ooh,
Cranky.
oh boy.
Yeah, nope. I'm good all with all of that.
You
I'm
know,
I'm
you
good.
know what's so crazy is I saw this video of a python eating an alligator.
About what?
A python eating an alligator, which is like it's cool to see, but like, dang, python, what you doing?
Yeah, right? Uh, I'm no. Pythons aren't that big either. I mean, they're
Oh,
big for snakes, but like,
oh, this one was huge.
was it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess what I mean is like, because you know those movies that like, well, that's an anaconda, but you know, like in those like the anaconda and the python movies where they're just like literally
Yeah.
huge,
Yeah.
and it's like that's not that realistic.
Yeah. I remember an assembly in elementary school where this like zoologist or whatever brought in a snake and we were all able to like touch it. And it was like python sized. I don't know if it was a python, but yeah, and it was so cool.
They feel slimy, don't they?
This one didn't feel too slimy. I don't know. Maybe they gave him a bath.
They
I don't know.
wanted him to smell good for you guys.
Right.
Ugh, that would have been cool though. I think I remember we had a zoologist come in. I don't know if I don't know. I never wanted to touch a snake.
Yeah.
I don't like snakes.
Oh, for me, it's like tarantulas. Like you could not pay me enough to hold a tarantula.
Yeah, you see, I'm the opposite. I'd rather hold a tarantula than a snake.
Really.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still don't want to hold a tarantula.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh. This reminds me of a show. It's either on Netflix or Hulu of a guy going around the world and basically testing the pain of different bites of different animals.
Why would you do this? This sounds
I,
like a horrible, bad life decisions.
I don't, it's like him and a friend that do it, and I've
Or like,
totally, but it's just so insane because like they'll do like they did like a piranha bite, they did a spider, snake. Yeah,
mm-mm,
it was.
mm-mm.
It's entertaining because it's not happening to me, so
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's fun to watch,
right,
but those are poor life choices.
right. Um, but yeah, getting back to Australia, New Zealand, like I mean, I fell in love with New Zealand when I saw Lord of the Rings and saw that scenery.
Right?
And I think they also did Narnia in New Zealand.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
So
think
obviously,
so.
so obviously it's like a beautiful part of the world, and that'd just be so cool to see.
Honestly, it just looks like exactly like their wildlife. I mean, that part's it's beautiful, even though it can be scary.
Yeah.
Oh, finally, I found the picture of the kangaroo. Look at that.
Ridiculous. Like look at those shoulders too.
Right? Look at the man boobs.
That boy's got pecs. His muscles have muscles.
Right? And I like how he's just sitting there like,
I'm
what?
I'm gonna kill you. I'll decide later.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm deciding. But I don't like you so far.
I don't like you. You know where I would love to see is the Amazon rainforest in Brazil.
And I have a friend in Brazil, so we have a hookup.
We good. We good.
Yes, I want to go to Brazil. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. I want to go I think to Peru too. That would be cool.
Okay. Okay.
They have a lot of good hiking there.
Yeah.
But I'd rather but I don't know why I'm so tired. But where's like on the top of your list, like where you want to go like next?
So Australia, New Zealand, and Germany are kind of at the top for me.
Okay.
Like, if I did any one of those first, I'd be happy. How about you? How about you?
Probably Greece, Australia, and Scotland.
Okay. Yeah, Scotland's up there for me too. Ooh, speaking of the accents that we like, I love the Australian accent. Like, that's probably my favorite accent.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, just listen to like Hugh Jackman and Chris Hemsworth. It's amazing. And Keith Urban, come on. My boy Keith.
It's a good accent.
I remember, um, so when I was at Eastern Michigan University, it was really cool because I lived 1 year in an on-campus apartment, and this building was kind of known for housing foreign exchange students for their time there. And I was there and I shared a place. I mean, this has like 4 bedrooms and like two people for each bedroom in each apartment. So, there's a lot of people. And it was cool because I roomed with a couple American people, an English guy, Dutch guy, and then a couple guys from China and Japan. And it was cool to like interact with all of them.
Yeah.
But the point of it is, one day my English roommate brought back a friend that he had met, and she was very, very pretty, and I was kind of crushing on her. And then she spoke, and she had an Australian accent, and that made her like 10 times more attractive. I'm like, oh my goodness, you are amazing now.
Accents do make people like hotter.
Yeah. And
I
like
don't know.
there are a few Scottish singers that I know, and like, your accent just makes you more attractive.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't know why that is, but it is.
There was this guy, so when I was in London for 8 weeks, he worked with me, and he was like the first guy that like they were like, you need to go meet him up at it was some doctor's office that we were working at that day. And I was at first like, oh, he's so dorky. Like just his look, right?
Right,
Which doesn't bother me, but it was just like an observation, right?
right.
And then he like started talking, and with that British accent, I was like, okay, you're kind of cute.
You're amazing.
That just made you 10 times cuter because you're already like
Right.
a cute younger, because he was like 21.
Yeah,
I was like, you're way too young for me, but like you're cute, younger, dorky, and I love it. And then he
right.
spoke, and I was like, all right.
All right. I like that.
I was like, okay.
Yeah,
And he would always make fun of our accents. He's like, oh, okay, man.
yeah.
So cool, dude. It's like, hey, back off.
I will say that um, I follow a TikToker. Well, I don't follow her, but I've seen some of her videos, and kind of cute. But then she talked with a German accent, and I'm like, ooh, I like that.
Usually German's one that doesn't like,
Well, because most of the time they're so aggressive.
this is true.
They're just like yelling at you in that accent that nobody understands.
I know, right?
Yeah, there was an unfortunate event that happened in the 40s with an angry accent.
I mean,
A certain dictator.
I think both of our heritages have very harsh sounding languages.
I guess I haven't heard a proper Armenian accent.
I will show you.
Ooh, I'm about to get schooled.
But like I'll show you like what the language sounds like so you can see like how harsh it is.
Which is so weird because you and I are not harsh at all.
No, what are you talking about?
I definitely wasn't talking about giving Devam hot sauce to my ex. Who would do such a thing? Not a harsh person.
No. Okay, let's see. What's that saying? Yes, Kazim Seramim. I know what that means. Well, I have to find. It's really hard to see people
Yeah,
like speaking Armenian.
right.
Oh, this is the guy from System of a Down, so he should be speaking it. Is this an English? Okay, no one cares about him.
Demo կասետները, որտեղ երկու տրեքեր, եթե չեմ սխալվում, Sugar եւ Plug։
Այո, Demon, yeah, Taper։
Taper եւ
ասպետը ճանաչում եմ եւ Երևանում տեսնված եմ քանի անգամ հետո։
Եվ ամբողջ Երևանը փոխանցում էր այդ tape-ը իրար եւ ձայնագրում էր դեռ չկար այդ ձեռքը, դեռ չկար System of a Down, so it's great pleasure for me to meet you։
Նմանապես։
Yeah.
So fun.
It's not the nicest sounding language,
No.
but it's okay.
Yeah, I'll play one of Hitler's speeches, which, you know, is probably going to have me put on a watch list somewhere.
Every time I just think of him speaking, I think of Dana Carvey.
Yeah. Let me know if you can't hear this.
Meine Arbeit für Richtigkeit. Ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Gib du jetzt deine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin.
And that's my heritage.
He just sounds so mean.
Like, how do you listen to that and not think this guy's insane?
Ugh. I mean,
But like, that's the thing, is like, I heard this from like one of my college professors, is like, the reason that people liked him and voted for him is like, he's such a confident and motivating speaker. Like, the stuff he says is like so powerful, you know? Like, he's like, as terrible of a guy as he was, like, he was one of the greatest speakers ever.
well, that's, yeah. Well, because he was so, oh my God, there's a word for it. And it's like blanking my mind right now. But yeah, I mean, I think even if you look at like Stalin and Hitler, like there's a reason they had that like presence about them
Yeah.
when they spoke.
Like, oh my gosh, yeah, Hitler had the most confidence.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was up there and he's just like, you all are gonna believe me.
And that's right. Except for the Jewish people, maybe not them, but everyone else.
I saw this TikTok. Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
It'll be discussed later.
You want to join me on the watch list?
No.
Okay. You know, want to know what's hilarious? When I typed in Hitler on YouTube, his name didn't pop up.
It didn't?
No.
YouTube is like,
No, no thanks.
nah, fam.
Who's Hitler?
I just want to listen to Hitler, people.
Either that FBI or one Hitler.
Did you? Okay, have I ever told you this? There's a show called The Ghost Within My Child.
No.
Yeah. And it's all about like people, these children that are reincarnated and from like, or not like have reincarnations in them.
Okay.
And one guy, this little like kid is like 7, 8, 9 years old. And they were watching the History Channel and it was about World War II. So Hitler was giving a speech and the kid is acting like he knows German.
Oh, cool.
And he's like from the Midwest, like American, and he's like laughing at what Hitler's saying. And the dad's like, what is so funny? He goes, Hitler just made a joke.
Oh, cool.
And he's like, what?
Right.
And he's like, and then they showed the subtitles and Hitler was making a joke. And he's like, apparently the kid had been reincarnated from like a German soldier.
Cool.
I was like, I don't know if I believe this, but you should be,
should we be checking on this kid?
right?
Maybe call a therapist. Hey, Andrea, there you go.
And I'd be like, I don't know what to do with you. Bye. Bye. Sorry.
Right. But also, like, just Hitler's voice, yeah, but how do you not look at Hitler and be like, yeah, he's a villain? Like, just that combed over hair, that tiny mustache, like, and he just has like the most intense looking eyes. Like
I know.
He's the bad guy in this story.
So your heritage has Hitler, right?
So proud.
My mom's maiden last name is Abkarian.
Okay.
But like my great grandpa changed it to Abkarian because it was easier for Americans to pronounce. But it's Abkarian. It's Abkarian. And there was an old, like, I think he reigned in the like medieval.
Cool.
I think, I'm double checking. And we always are like, we're Armenian royalty because we're related to him. But he was like this ruthless leader.
Cool.
And so I was like, we're probably not supposed to say that. It's not something we want to be.
Right.
When did he rule? When did he rule? Yeah, he was not a good. He was not nice.
He sounds like a stand-up guy.
Clearly. He killed a lot of people.
Boy.
Just like Hitler.
Hitler, yay.
I can't find when he ruled, but it was long time ago.
Yeah. So on that note, it's not proven, but there's a possibility that I could be related to Sir Francis Drake, the pirate.
A pirate?
Yeah, he was like a very famous pirate.
Interesting. See, we both have royal blood in us.
There's a reason why I love Pirates of the Caribbean so much.
Right?
My ancestors.
We both have.
My ancestors are a pirate and Hitler.
I mean.
So proud.
My ancestors are apparently a ruthless leader, so it's fine.
Oh, and my dad's side is from the UK, so, We also ruled America for a while.
It's true.
Wow, and the Americans had to defeat the British. Yay!
Did I ever tell you what I said to one of my coworkers in England because she was nagging and she was like bashing one of our laws? And I
So,
was like, she was, oh, so she was bashing our gun laws and she's like, I don't understand. And I was like, you're not supposed to. That's why next 1776 happened.
right,
She was like, what? I was like, that's why we left. We separated from you.
right,
And you weren't even here, you're Indian. Like you weren't
Right.
even here in 1776.
right,
Your ancestors were in India.
right,
My ancestors weren't even in America,
right.
but
My goodness.
it was really funny though, because she did not expect me to say that. And I was like, I mean, 1776 happened for a reason.
Right,
We're like, peace.
that's right.
We don't care what you think.
No.
You Brits.
Anyway, that's probably it for the podcast. We got off on some very big tangents, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, was there anywhere else you wanted to visit?
Everywhere, man. I don't know. Actually, when this might have been in high school, but my family and I went to Puerto Rico, and
Ooh.
that was very cool. We did like some hiking and saw some sights, and we had a dinner one night that like really stuck out to me. It was like, I want to say a meat, almost like pulled pork. It was very sweet, and it like had like a plantain mash in it, and that like kind of sounds weird, but it was like so good. And then they also had blood sausage, which might sound gross, but it was the best sausage I've ever had.
I've had that in the UK. It's so gross.
Oh, I loved it. Maybe you should try Puerto Rican blood sausage.
It might be different.
Maybe.
It might be different.
It was so good. And I remember there was a stray dog that was hanging out with us that day too.
Aw.
Yeah. And I'm like, should I feed it? Like, what are the policies?
Yeah, you have to be careful.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a cool trip for sure.
Be cool.
Yeah. Trying to think if there are other.
Oh, I have another one.
Okay.
I went to Armenia,
Okay. There you go.
and that was really cool. Not only because like I was back to the motherland,
Right.
but like it is so beautiful there.
Okay.
Just it's like there's a lot of greens and mountains and
Mhm.
just it's like so it's really really beautiful, and the food was amazing.
Mhm.
It's
Rock
different
on.
than the Armenian food that we eat here,
Okay.
like, but it was amazing. And the only so if we went to this family's house, like because I went with a group from my church, and we went to this family's house, and so when in Armenia, if the family serves food, you have to eat it.
Yeah.
Like it's very taboo to not eat. But we had just ate, and we went to this family's house, and she has this whole dinner spread
Okay. Cool.
and this whole dessert spread, and we're all like, we're already stuffed, and we're like, oh shit.
Right.
Now we have to eat. So we ate a little bit, and we ended up getting like sick from the meat,
Okay.
and we're like, see,
That's right.
we didn't want to eat it.
No.
But it was that was a cool trip because we helped build a house for a family.
Okay.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool. We literally, I think all you can really go see is churches there, so it kind of got boring.
Yeah. That's cool.
It
though.
got really boring. But
Yeah.
like there's cool different things that we did, but yeah, the scenery there is beautiful.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
want to go back.
Cool.
Want to go back.
Yeah, man. That's cool. Speaking of food, I remember this from my time at Eastern Michigan. So I told you that like I lived in the apartment that had like the people from different countries. And one night we all did kind of like Japanese style or Chinese style, whichever one it was. Because what we did, we made like some rice and some chicken stuff. And what they do traditionally is like they, eat off little tables on the ground. So like you sit on the ground and eat off these little tables. Well, we didn't have tables, so we just put like a giant like blanket out, and we were all kind of like in a circle around the food, and like we just put kind of plates, like these giant plates filled with the food on it. And kind of what we did was just we just picked the food off with our hands, like from these giant plates, and like we each had we each had like our own little section of food that we were eating off of from this like giant mess of food, and it was like the coolest thing.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I'm just like, "Ooh, I want to do that more often."
Yeah. Where is it? There's this restaurant. I don't know if it was either Japanese or Korean. I think it was Korean. But they used to have a room where you sat on the floor
Yeah,
and you ate, and it was so cool.
it's kind of a cool experience.
It is.
Yeah,
It really is. And it's really different.
yeah,
I don't know. I kind of liked it more than just sitting at a table.
yeah, yeah. It was kind of cool. And then also at Eastern, what my English roommate did was he did like a giant English breakfast one morning, and it was so cool. Like the fried eggs and the toast, and
There was a cafe, like a 10-minute walk from my flat in London, and they served the best English breakfast.
yeah,
It was so good.
and it's like so filling too.
Huh?
It's like so filling too.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
And then, like, you have to have the beans on toast breakfast, and yeah.
ooh, speaking of different foods, have you ever had Marmite?
Mm-mm.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did get to try it a couple times. I did it on toast. And if you ever do try it, I might have you try it one time. Uh, you, especially for your first time, you have to put like the thinnest amount on it, toast, because like it is like really strong and it has like a really salty flavor to it. I don't even know. It's something. But yeah, if you put a lot on it, it can be like very, very intense.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you just do like a small bite with like a scraping of it on there.
Not doing it. I'll try it.
Hey, if you did the bomb, you can do this.
I can do that. Yeah.
You can do anything.
This is true. This
Yeah.
is Yeah, I'm trying to think of what Armenian foods I want you to have. You have to try. Have you tried butt egg and maybe lemon?
Okay.
You'll probably like both of them.
Yeah.
They're just. I don't think there's any Armenian food I don't like
Yeah.
at all. There's one that's really weird, and apparently I've never had it, ever. It's more of like a Christmas thing. It's
Okay,
more of like a traditional Christmas thing. I've never had it. My mom and my dad, I don't think I've ever had it, but it's some type of rice mixture concoction thing that you bake inside of a pumpkin.
okay.
And then you just serve it out of the pumpkin. I've heard it's kind of gross.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some people like it, some people don't. Ooh, maybe I'll have you try tan. Most
Okay.
people don't like tan. It's like an acquired taste. It's literally a yogurt drink.
Is this getting me back for the bomb?
Maybe.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a yogurt drink. It's really not that bad.
Yeah,
It's not our palate isn't used to it, so it's weird.
yeah.
It doesn't taste bad, but we're just not used to it.
Mm-hmm. For sure, for sure. Anyway, I guess that's it for podcasts. So
That's it.
that's it. Yeah, well, when we do the Armenian and German food, we'll probably do a podcast about our reactions to those foods. That'd be good.
Yeah,
For sure.
that'll be good.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, we'll maybe see you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it for now. So peace, y'all.
Later.